week on Get Up. Let's sound off from Sunday. So the Dolphins missed the playoffs, but there's a bunch of drama. Tyreek Hill had 2 catches and then took himself out of the game during the team's final 2 possessions. He had the worst season of his Dolphins tenure, and in the locker room afterwards, he said this.
I'm out, bro. So it was great playing here, but, at the end of the day, bro, I got to do what's best for my career and, what's best. Because I'm too much of a competitor to be, just out there.
Mean you thinking about leaving here?
If it is, hey, it gets.
Okay, so there's that. What do we make of that?
Well, I think first off, by the end of the season, things like this happen. You got to let it de-escalate a little bit. He shouldn't have said what he said, obviously. Take about 2 weeks, and then you can, you'll see it as probably a little different. But right there, it's pretty obvious He was upset that he never made the playoffs and things. And how ironic is it, Dano, that,
Well, you can't leave the winner for money and then complain when you don't win.
Amen.
I love Tyreek. Obviously, he's an unbelievable player. But you left Kansas City because you wanted more money. Kansas City tried to keep you. They offered you money. And you left because you wanted the money and go to live in Miami, rightfully so. But then you can't complain that you're not winning as much as you did in Kansas City. And so they're 1 game away from getting to the playoffs this year. Last year, the injuries. That's the big thing that Tyreek and Miami need to figure out with Tua is how do they keep Tua healthy enough to actually get into the playoffs. Last year, they make it when he was healthy. This year, they don't make it. They miss it by a game when he's not healthy. But you can't choose to leave the all-time winner and then, complain about it, that you're not doing that in Miami.
D. Wood, the face?
I gotta say, listen. First of all, we always ask our athletes to be honest. I appreciate his honesty, but I agree. Bro, it's literally 10 minutes after the game.
Yeah.
10 minutes. Your emotions
after
the season is over. Your emotions at an all-time high. Go on vacation. Decompress. If you feeling that way at that time, then so be it. But to say that with the guys you just played with in the locker room. To me, it's disrespectful.
That being said, if I was the New England Patriots, I'd be like, so how real is this?
So he wants to go from Miami
because
to
if
New
I got a
England,
young
as bad as
quarterback
that
and that's a guy that you no brainer to add if you think you got a young stud. If you're the Patriots,
Miami got bigger fish to fry.
Which are?
You got to figure out a quarterback spot.
Well, yeah, the quarterback doesn't bring anything to the table as far as playmaking ability. That's what I'm talking about, Dan.
All right. No.
Playmaking ability. Dan.
We're not going to turn this into a smear.
No, but that's not my overarching point. He's not a force multiplier at the quarterback position. That's number one.
Damn.
And number two, Miami is soft. They're a soft football team. Their style of play is not conducive to go winning any type of champion.
I will push back on that. I think defensively they absolutely play with an edge. I think offensively there's something to be said about their ability to run the ball. But Tua is a phenomenal player. When Tua's on the field, they're a top 5 offense.
Injured.
Give me a big game that Tua's won.
But that's a little bit attached to. That's a little bit attached to the style of offense with the run game, the physicality, and where it's been played. Okay, I will have the conversation that they got to get him healthy. He's got to stay healthy, or there's a reason to justify making sure you got a really good insurance plan. But he can play.
Well, the thing is, Tua certainly can play, but to just assume there's a magic thing that all of a sudden we're going to keep him healthy. This is the same guy that had 5 operations coming out in college.
I know.
And you're surprised.
I think that's where the Tyreek frustration is really coming from.
Yeah. But if you get hurt in college, you're going to get hurt in the pros.
The reality has been when Tua Tagovailoa has been healthy, they've been really good. Their backup situation has not always worked out so well, and they missed the playoffs this year. I've got another sound off here. The New York Jets in that game.
Wow. I kind of like hearing this whole thing. Hello, good people. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as the Funky Chicken, a new fan favorite. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. And let me say hello to the lovely ladies in the place, because Lady Libra, loves us on both platforms here. We appreciate you, Lady Libra, for showing up and showing off on Joe Boo Sports as well as Cowboy Joe Boo, which is now 11 years old. There's Gina Dallas Diva. What's up, Gina? Holly Pierce. What's up, Holly? Chris Mays in the house. Dirty Sanchez. Hey. Who else we got in here? Lola, Miss Hot Sauce. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the madness that is Chris May Overdrive. How are you doing? Alan Williams, Loyal Cowboy. Help, Miranda. Help, Miranda. Chris is in the house. Who else is in here? Who else? Marcus Blackman, Raw World. Aisha Robinson, what's up, girl? Jeff Lee, looking for some boobies. And where are we? I think we're just about caught up. Of course, we got Logan Motorsport. Man, he's like the plague. He's always coming back around. What's going on? I love weed, man. Pass the Dutchie from the left. And Walker Wade, what's up? Calvin Jefferson. Damn, we got a lot of people up in here tonight. Brandon Green. Oh, damn. Another. The plague is back in here. Leo, what's going on, Leo, man? Do we have to pull the ass out here again? All right, so welcome everybody to the chat. Derek Young, Row 504, Frank Rios. What's going on? Don't bring him to Dallas. Okay, Frank says don't bring him to Dallas. So you see there yesterday, we're just putting this stuff together. It's hard to believe that it's literally not even been 24 hours of the off season. And I got to say, I've been busier today than I think any day during the season, just like yesterday or the day before. This shit has just been crazy what's been going on. I've been trying to keep up here on Joe Boo Sports. I'm going to tell you how crazy it is. Any other day but the Dallas Cowboys starting the offseason, the internet would probably be broken with Joy Taylor. And everything that's going on with Ocho and Shannon Sharp and Skip. I'm trying to understand. Wait a minute. The hairdresser, he offered $1.5 million. The man makes like $10 million a year. Was making like $10 million a year. You gonna tell me that $1.5 million? Now apparently, there must be something to that whole situation because, like, Ocho is deleting videos and things like that. And I might get copywritten for this, but I may have to do this. See, let me say something here, okay? Because there's a lot of you out there, like Rhonda, that do YouTube, okay? And, if you look right now, everybody's telling you how easy it is to do YouTube. Okay, that YouTube. All right, man, get your ass on YouTube, man, and you're going to get monetized, and it's going to be like you're going to get rich. And it's kind of like that. There's no rhyme or reason. You can be a star on other platforms, and you can come to YouTube, and nobody gives a rat's ass about you. I'm being serious. I still don't know why I love, let me say this. I love all of you guys. All of you. I am so appreciative that any of you care what I say or come in here just because you hate me. It's a hell of an ego boost. Okay, you got to understand, I used to be so shy in school that I would literally have my speech that I have to do for class that's supposed to be 6 minutes long. By the time I got finished doing it, it was like 2 minutes. And I'm sitting down. I used to be so scared when I would go to the club or a dance or something like that, right? That I would see a girl that I want to dance with, and I can't dance well. And it would take me so much time and courage to get up to talk to her that by the time I did, she was already dancing with somebody else, having a drink, and leaving the club. And it still amazes me that I'm actually here and able to do this. And so, with that being said, you have like Joy Taylor, who's got a YouTube. I bet a lot of you didn't know she's got a YouTube channel. She's had it for about 6 months or so. And it hasn't gone really that well. Although I will say it's probably getting a lot more views. But, when you have a YouTube channel, you have like your cover video where
lingerie in general is a very interesting.
Where when people come in, they first get you to know about your channel. And so I went to her channel because it has 12,900 subscribers. And it's averaging about 600 views a day. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. But I went in there because I was like, because I hadn't looked at it in quite a while. And her introductory video starts this way. Listen to this.
Lingerie in general is a very interesting concept to me because I have drawers of lingerie. I have so much lingerie. And I never wear lingerie. Do men still like lingerie? Like, it's just not a request that I get. Like, occasionally on like a little spicy night, sure, we'll pop one on, but I'm talking about once a year. So am I lazy? Am I not performing enough? Because I sleep naked. I feel like that's good enough.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Wait a minute. That's your introduction. That's your introduction. The fuck? What? Now listen. All of this is allegations. I don't know what's what, who's who. To me, once you said $1.5 million that somebody was going to pay that much for peaches, I'm like, okay, this sounds kind of. This is like, in my mind, when I first heard this, I thought of the Dak Prescott situation where he was being extorted for $100 million. Okay, now I'm just sitting there thinking, let me be real here. I like to, I like to get my freak on and everything else, but not for $1 million, $1.5 million. I mean, even the movie Indecent Proposal was only like $1 million. You're telling me, Skip, you're gonna offer $1.5 million for some peaches? Oh shit! Oh shit! What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Okay, so and then and again, I don't want to accuse her or anything. That's Jason Taylor, who's a Hall of Fame, defensive end from Miami, who kind of stole money from the Commanders back in the day. But I don't want to sully somebody's name and all that, tell all the stuff fall. But it seems to be like people are kind of. It's kind of how the way this stuff is going. And the crazy thing is I haven't even been able to get to that. It's like, I don't even need to bother with that because we got our own craziness that's in here. Yeah. And I'm like, Skip, bro, are you really that desperate? Wait a minute. One woman, $1.5 million? And you married? Bro. If that's true, Skip, you're a sick son of a bitch. I mean, generally speaking, if you're rich and famous, you usually don't have a problem getting women. I wouldn't. Okay, let me be clear here. I wouldn't know because I'm not rich and I'm not famous, okay? And I'm not out looking for any. I have all I can handle right here with my beautiful bride, Tracy. And I am more than happy with my baby and her peaches. And if I did have $1.5 million, I damn sure ain't giving it away for some peaches. Sorry. Literally throwing everything away. What is wrong with you people? Skip is not a Cowboys fan. Skip is an opportunistic, okay, fool. Well, the more you dig into it, and check out Attack. Attack has got the whole scoop, all the juicy details and everything else, and passing Joy around, and she was basically, the evil genius that was, collecting receipts and all these things that, she got the dress. I'm assuming she got the dress with the stains. I don't know, where she can prove that some crazy shit went on. And I apologize if there's any kids in here. I apologize. Cover their ears. But in any other day, this would be headline news. Now I'm going to say Skip Bayless. He has gone to, of course, losing Shannon Sharpe, and maybe that's why Shannon Sharpe was like, yeah, I'm getting out of here before this shit hits the fan. I don't want none of this shit to blow back on me. I don't need you, Skip. Take this shit, and I'm gone. And wise man for getting out of the fray. Skip Bayless he does YouTube. Yeah, he does. And his podcast and things. But he is kind of, and when I say not everybody, just because you're famous, does extremely well on the platform. They can have a lot of subscribers, but having subscribers versus people that actually watch, I have to say, a guy like Logan Motorsports, who is an Eagle fan, he's here every time. Every time I put that you guys, because I don't have millions of subscribers and things. I don't. Okay. But that's not what it is. It's the interaction. Because, see, you could have 1 million subscribers, but maybe they only watch, 1 or 2 of your videos. Or you could have 100,000 subscribers, and they're watching every one that you're doing. You're getting bigger numbers than, say, somebody with larger numbers. And that's the thing that people don't understand about YouTube is they look at the numbers and they say, wow, they've got 1 million subscribers. But they're only getting, 1,000 views of video, in which case the percentage of subscribers versus views is not good. And I've wasted too much time on Skip and Joy Taylor. But it always mystified me because the takes that she would always have, you were like, what the fuck is she talking about? Why are we listening to Joy Taylor and all of her hate on Dak? Because it was like literally she had her sights always on Dak. And I was like, damn, what did Dak jolt her or something? That she's a jealous lover or something? That she just is, she's like a pit bull against Dak Prescott. And I'm just like, what the hell's going on with this? It's crazy. Whew. But you've seen lately, the Fox is seeming like, for about the last year, to be like a rudderless ship. That they're throwing all kinds of different stuff on the wall. Of course, Undisputed gone, and then they're trying the facility, and, they're trying all these it's kind of like they're on their death throes. And I'm going to say, I used to really go through and oh shit! I'm sorry. Okay, forgive me for a second here. A little high energy here. Okay. Where was I? I was thinking about something, but I can't remember what. Okay, so anyway, that shit's crazy. But see, I think what you're seeing, and this is where, surprisingly, with YouTube actually having been around as long as it's been, is YouTube has become the wild, wild west of media. And you're seeing so many people that are coming here now, and people are not watching like they used to. Because, it's kind of like my daughter taught me, back in the day when she first started doing YouTube, and she, she's like, Dad, I'm moving to California. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about moving to California? So, yeah, I'm moving to California. And she did. And this was like 2010, 11 or something like that, young and was doing YouTube. And I was like, how? And she explained it to me. She said, look, here's the thing. She says, I have an audience, right? The audience are young women my age that have the same kind of likes and tastes that I have, right? So you're a company and you're selling a product. Would you rather say, here's $500 or $1,000 and some of my product to give to you to reach an audience of exactly what I want? Or do I spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to produce a commercial that's broadcast to, 95% of an audience that I don't want to advertise, is not interested in my product? And that's why YouTube works. It's targeted exactly to the audience you want to reach, the demographics. And so when you have ESPN that has, First Things First or Undisputed or First Take, and it's 2 or 3 hours long, I'm only interested in what you got to say about the Cowboys. And I don't want to watch 3 hours to get to that. And because you are so covering so many topics, you're not really an expert in any of them. What's funny is, here's what's funny. I was sitting here listening today. I don't even remember what show it was. And they were talking about, well, the Cowboys are going to have financial problems because they have all these free agents and stuff. They have, only 40 players that are under contract. And of course, they've got to fill out a roster, with, 53. They got to get a 53-man roster, and then they've got to have practice squad guys and everything else. And it's like, hold on. I don't get paid like you ESPN guys do or anything like that, okay? I didn't play football. I didn't work for an NFL organization. But see, here's the funny thing. I know that when you negotiate or when you look at the salary cap, it's the 53 players that count against the salary cap. The practice squad guys aren't part of your cap money. And your practice squad guys don't amount to a hill of beans. They don't. And I'm kind of like, you guys are supposed to be the experts here. You don't know. So we're talking about when the Cowboys lose all these players, that they're going to have to add 13 players that are going to be part of that 53-man roster on the salary cap. And this guy is going through and he's telling, they only have 40 players that are signed on the roster. They got to fill out that roster and sign this, that, and the other. And so that's good. And I was just like, bro, you don't really understand the salary cap that well, do you? You really don't, do you? Okay, so the things that get interesting. And Kelly Turner, I hope that's a lady, Kelly. What's up? Riley Williams. And we got Gil and Sugar Daddy. The ladies love a Sugar Daddy. What's going on? Let me ask you guys, too, something else here. Let me ask you guys something here. Do you guys like this high energy approach when we have these live streams? See, it's a new year. It's a new year, okay? And you have to do things differently. See, here's the thing that you have to understand about life and in general, anything that you do. There's tons and tons of businesses that were the king, that everybody said, oh my God, that they're going to be here forever, okay? Forever, right? And guess what? Because I remember going to, before Blockbuster, Earl's Video. Oh my God, Earl's Video. Man, we'd go in there, we'd get all the different videos for the VCR and everything else. Man, we loved it. And then they went out of business, and then was Blockbuster. Like, Blockbuster, yay! Blockbuster was even bigger and nationally, right? And what ended up happening is eventually we got to Netflix. See, all of these things found out what somebody was successful doing, and then they took it to the next step. They evolved it. And see, that's the thing that you have to understand. When you're talking about staying power, okay? All right? Staying power. And trust me, staying power is really, really important. Ask any of the ladies in here, and they will tell you that staying power is very important. Okay? So, you have to change what you're doing to stay relevant. Seriously. And if you do YouTube, that's one of my secrets. Because, see, to give you an example, if every video that I do, and I'm sitting right here in the exact same spot, wearing the exact same stuff, it's tunnel vision. But if I go and do something like this, And now you got a different perspective. Now you're checking out the plant that's over here. You're like, oh, wow, what kind of plant is that? It's feeding your mind. It's trust me, it's psychological. It's psychological, okay? All right? You're checking out, wow, look at this chair back there. Is that really? Oh, my God, that's magnetic. Look, it just pops just like that. Oh, right? Okay. So you must change what you're doing to get a different result. See, like Dirty Sanchez, see, he'll go from, doing butt crack jokes to ball jokes. He changes what he's doing so he gets a different result. So that way, each time you're like, you're shocked. And so, I'm not a Jets fan. What it is, let me go back. That was...
Team got their fifth win of the season. Aaron Rodgers became the fifth player ever to throw 5.
We were
coming out in
talking about
college.
Tyreek Hill.
And you're surprised.
I think that's where the Tyreek frustration is really coming from.
Yeah, but if you get
because I'm going around the block here, okay? No, I'm not a Jets fan, okay? I've got one loser organization is enough for me. One loser organization is enough. Alan Williams, staying power. The late Barry White. Laugh out loud. Okay, see, Alan Williams got that one. Okay, so I just want to know, because I'm thinking that I try to do one high energy update video where I go through it like, okay, and it just comes out real quick. I've done them before at fireside chats when I'll go through and I just have all this stuff in my mind and I just, boom, let it go out. So that's kind of what I'm doing. And, sometimes I've been in here and I've been like a little, Adrian. Okay, so I'm trying to get that extra energy, and no drugs, no alcohol. Because, see, this bottle has been the whole season. And I only took one shot yesterday. Just one. Joy Taylor isn't good for staying power. Okay. All right. So yesterday, we saw the end of our season. I got pissed off because after one freaking drive, I had people telling me how fucking stupid they are and how they don't understand football at all. Because literally I was getting a text message for somebody who will not be spoken about on this channel anymore, who I will not talk to anymore because I do not want to waste my time. But literally after one drive of Trey Lance said, we wasted that money on Dak Prescott. We should have been playing Trey Lance. We could go to the Super Bowl with Trey Lance. That kind of stupid shit. And it's like, dude, are you looking at him literally looking at the receiver the whole way? Are you looking at the ball placement? Are you looking at the throws where the guy's wide open and he's late to go with it? And, of course, the funniest thing that I find is people go through and they make excuses. Oh, well, he hasn't played in a long time. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's like, yeah, well, it's like, wait a minute. We go through and we talk about, well, Miami's having problems because Tua can't, is coming back from injury and stuff. It's like, wait a minute. You mean when Dak Prescott broke his thumb and had pins in it, pins broken in 3 places, and came back that season, we didn't say, well, he came back injured. When he came back and had a fucked up ankle, we didn't say, well, he had an injury. And literally, I'm watching some of these talking heads. I think it was Colin. I don't know one of these shows. They literally said about which quarterback. I can't remember which quarterback that they're praising. But they were like, oh, well, Dak Prescott has never done anything like that. Because it was like 32 TDs and 4,000 yards and stuff. It's like, wait a minute. You do realize that the year before, He had 36 TDs and was a runner-up MVP. What are you talking about? He's never done this stuff. It's like, do you guys just have selective memory that if Dak does something good, it's just wiped away? It's kind of like, I don't care who you are. When you look at Micah Parsons and you see that he got 12 and a half sacks in 13 games, bro, and that he's had 12 plus sacks every year for 4 years, and you're saying he's a bum? The fuck are you talking about? Are you stupid? But in your little squirrel brains out there, you believe that Lawrence Taylor won the Super Bowl without anybody else there. He had a loaded defense that was also part of it. He could not win the Super Bowl. He could not go out there by himself and say, I'm going to win the Super Bowl and have nobody else on the field. I literally hear people say, well, Trey Lance ain't got anybody to throw to. Wait a minute. So you're telling me when we were in the playoffs against San Francisco and we couldn't run the ball more than 60 yards and Dak ran 24 of it? And we got Noah Brown as our number 2 wide receiver, and you're telling me we got great weapons? The fuck are you talking about? And people go through and they say that, well, you had Dez Bryant and Jason Witten, you had Amari Cooper, and then they'll start talking about, Jake Ferguson and Jalen Tolbert and Terrence Newman. It's like, hold it. And you had great offense. You had the best offensive line in football. It's like, hold up. This is where you mother humpers don't know what the fuck you're talking about, because when Dak had Dez Bryant, it was his last 2 years. And he was injured half of the second half of the one. Even still, it was the most yards per catch that he had in his career with Dak Prescott. When he had Jason Witten was old as dirt. Jason Witten left 1 year and went to the Raiders, didn't do anything, came back and said, I'm just here to mentor, but wouldn't get the fuck off the field. And teams would say, don't cover Jason Witten because he's so slow he can't run. We want them to throw the ball to Jason Witten because he's not a threat to go to the house. Amari Cooper, he is. And as far as the Great Wall of Dallas, 2016 was the last time it was great. Because we had the infamous Chaz Green game when Tyron Smith got injured. And then 2 years later, we had Hillian-Barr syndrome for Travis Frederick. And then we literally looked for a center the whole time. Maybe we have one now with Cooper Beebe. Lord knows we played Jason old-ass Peters, who couldn't play more than 25 plays in a game. So what the fuck are you talking about? So now, you get Jerry Jones, who's basically driving Miss Daisy, okay? And basically saying, we don't really have a timetable. I'm sorry, that's Stephen Jones. With Mike McCarthy, we love him, and we think that him and Mike Zimmer, that they've done a fantastic job with what they had to deal with. But then we got to also look at how the season went, and we're the Cowboys and things, and we'll have to sit down, and we're not in a hurry to do this. We'll look at this at our timetable and everything else, because he's figuring in his mind, don't nobody else want Mike McCarthy. He only wants to be here with the Dallas Cowboys, and we can take our own time because it's just going to have everybody chasing me and all that, and I'll get what I want. I will go ahead and, I'll be the emperor. I'll be the emperor. Which way do we go, crowd? Which way? We're looking for the theatrics, right? And then they asked him, well, Mr. Jones, what if he wants to go on interviews with other teams? Go. We only want people who want to be here. You were like, whoa. So you're saying he's basically got to be coming in like, please, sir, can I have some more? Can I have another year, sir? Please. He's got to come hat in hand, and he's got to want to beg for the job. Is that what you're saying? Because this is, in your mind, the only job that you have. That nobody wants you. Because we are them boys. And lo and behold, the Chicago Bears. The frickin' Chicago Bears.
4 picks against Grossman and 2 fumbles. What do you see about the Bears would shut them down that way?
No, we just the Bears are what we thought they were. They're what we thought they were.
The Bears are what we thought they were.
We played them in preseason. Who the hell takes a third game in the preseason like it's bull? We played them in the third game. Everybody played 3 quarters. The Bears are who we thought they were. And that's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
And the Bears said, hey. Thanks, Coach. You don't want to show them some love? You don't want to show them some love? We'd like to interview them. Now, here's the catch here is, unlike the Dallas Cowboys, the Bears are doing their due diligence because they're bringing in Mike Vrabel. We hear that they might be interested in Aaron Glenn. And, I can't remember their offensive coordinator. But they're bringing and looking at different people because they want to make a good choice as soon as possible. You saw Doug Peterson. He got fired today. Jacksonville's working, trying to get themselves on. We know Jared Mayo got fired, of course, yesterday, and they're looking to try and say, we need to hurry up and try and get Mike Vrabel. It's musical chairs. Da 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 da. Boom, sit down. And the Cowboys, they ain't even put their shoes on yet. Jerry Jones is literally sitting around and waiting to figure out if we want to sign them. We've got 9 days. Lola about to put them spiked heels on. So, spiked heels in that ass? Damn. That's crazy. So now what happens? Mike, you know it. Now what happens? Jerry Jones, what do you do? What do you do? Now people are interested in your coach. Do you say no? Do you say no? You can't talk to him. Well, they just have to wait a week. You already said he can go talk to people. Now, what if, like I've been saying, it's so funny. Listen, I like I pointed out before, you know what? Sometimes I'm actually right. And I swear, sometimes some of those motherfuckers out there, they're watching my shit and they're copying me. They're copying me because you know what? Freaking Chewy and all those. See, look, you see this shit? You see this shit right here, right? The rubber chicken. You remember this summer, I bought this rubber chicken, and I got the midnight green paint, okay? And I put the 1 on it, ring, for the Eagles. Eagle color, 1 ring. Right? Are you going to tell me that Chewy.com decided, hey, I got a great idea. Let's get NFL rubber chickens. We'll put jerseys on them. The fuck? Send me royalty. You stole that. You stole that from me. Because you know what? You know what's even fun? You know what's even funnier? What's even funnier about this shit? Because see, I'm pissed off. If we go to my other channel, shout out to Lady Libra, and Daniel's over in there, Aisha Robinson's in there, Nathan Davies is in there, JD. My channel that I started 11 years ago, originally doing claymation videos with Joe Boo. I know, it was claymation. People thought Joe Boo was actually walking around and pushing the rubber chicken down. But I had a rubber chicken, and I made a hoodie, an Eagles hoodie for him. Yeah, an Eagles hoodie. And Joe Boo pushed him off. And we did Fly Eagles. Yeah, we said, yeah. They stole that shit from me. And I said, I said, listen, if you're on the outside, now we're Cowboy fans. We're Cowboy fans and we're whiny little bitches. Sorry. We are. We are never happy about anything. Okay? Because see, we don't do anything and we don't lose. I mean, we don't win, right? Look at Miami. They went out, they got Tyreek Hill and, bring out Jalen Ramsey and they got Waddle and stuff. Pam Savage, what's up? They got all these pieces. They went out and they got the hot coordinator and stuff. And literally, Tyreek Hill is literally at 10 minutes after losing the game. I want the fuck out of here. It's been real, it's been nice, but it hasn't been real nice. I'm gone. See ya. Let me get out of here. They are literally joking the coach. They're like, he looks like a little kid on the sideline. When they get in the cold weather, he's all bundled up. They're like, what the hell is this shit? You're supposed to be a head coach of an NFL team. You're supposed to be like a coach for the Lions. Where you're supposed to be gnawing off kneecaps and stuff. And you're out here, it's cold outside. See, you could be like that situation. And you spend all that money for Tyreek Hill, and he's basically saying, kiss my ass, I'm taking the cash, and I'm getting out of here. Okay? But we're never happy with anything. We get a Micah Parsons who literally has 52 sacks in his first 4 years. Is one of 5 players to have double-digit sacks. Is one of 2 players to have a dozen or more sacks every year to start his career. And guess what, Giant fans? Lawrence Taylor on any of those lists, on any of them, none, 0 of them. So, yeah, that's right, Giants. I'm trying to take the one thing that you have left there. I know Eli's going to get into the Hall of Fame because he's got the pedigree and his brother and his dad and stuff, but that's some bullshit, okay? You and I both know he had 2 good runs in the playoffs, but after that, his numbers were nothing but fucking average. Average, at the say the least. No, I'm not on the weed, Sean. I'm not on the weed, man. I'm just excited because I don't have to see any more of these agonizing Dallas Cowboy games right now. Right now, I'm excited because of the possibility that maybe we try and do something different to improve this shit sandwich of a season that we had. All right. We don't appreciate shit. And I said a couple of months ago, don't be surprised if Mike McCarthy is wanted by other teams. And people laughed at me. That son of a bitch, he sucks, man. His play calling stinks. Man, he can't get past the first round of the playoffs. Man, he's a bum getting him out of here. I said, hold up. I said, see, this again is the squirrel brain. Your little teeny, itsy-bitsy brain out there. Little brain that Jerry Jones will eat for dinner if his mama cooks it. You have to look at the Dallas Cowboys that literally have spent the least amount of money in free agency since 2016. Not in the middle of the road, not average, the least. I sat outside shoveling snow, hoping that I wouldn't have a heart attack because I'm 59 years old and I'm shoveling snow out there. It's cold, but I got the jacket on, I'm sweating and everything else. And I took a break and I sat there and I started thinking about how it is we screw up so bad. Because right now is the most important time. You're winning the Super Bowl, it starts right now. And that's why I said we need to hurry up and decide. If Mike McCarthy's going to stay, great. If he's not, great. Just hurry up and do it so that way whoever's going to be here has a chance to go ahead and say, here's what we need to get together. Here is our formula to win. Here's what we need to get those guys here for OTAs. The Cowboys, of course, we can take our time, man. Shit. I'm going to sit around. I'm going to smell the roses. I'm going to go to 7-Eleven and get me some wine, I'm going to, go ahead and go on. I'm going to go do a spot on Landman. I don't have time to decide if the coach is here. Let me go ahead and get my acting on. I'll deal with the Cowboys later on. But when you wait to decide who's going to be the coaches, that throws off the amount of time you have to work with the players. And see, we have Micah Parsons who recognizes he's just a court gesture. He's here basically.
Are you not entertained?
Entertaining.
Are you
As they
not
put it,
entertained?
we're the entertainment.
Is this not why you were here?
And the absolute crazy thing, I saw when Landman, the original episode came out with Yellowstone, before Yellowstone literally was just it was just ass. So that was the second week of Yellowstone. I only saw the second episode of Yellowstone, and I was like, this is not. It's like they always fuck up the last year of a series, you know? It's like Game of Thrones. It was like Game of Thrones was like, okay, we got to tie this shit up quick. Let's just boom, 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 boom. And it was like, that was some ass. It sucked. So my wife started watching Landman 2 nights ago. Again, you know, we were in bed, and my sciatica was acted up, and I couldn't lay in the bed the way I normally, you know, like Spooner. Okay, you know, I'm the big spoon. Okay, I think it's the one in the back is the big spoon, right? But my heels were hurting because my sciatica was acting up. And so, you know, the TV's on that side. So I got to lay on that side to watch the TV. And I was like, my back is bothering me. And I said, my heels hurt. So I had to roll on the other side. Okay. And I fell asleep after the second episode and stuff. And so I heard, you know, Jerry Jones was on it. So we started watching it this evening. We had a whole bunch of snow. I shoveled snow for everybody. We got meals to everybody, got them, you know, taken care of and stuff. So we've been back home. So we've been watching episodes of Landman. In fact, I was watching episode 8, I believe it is. Dude is living dangerously, man. His son, he got everybody hate. He got the lawyers hating him. He's got, you know, all the Hispanics that are after that girl and everything else that are pissed off because, you know, they're thinking he's tapping that, and he's the gentleman. He's got like steel balls, okay? Little skin. He's tiny. He's skinny, but he's got steel balls, man. And look, you know, literally negotiating, getting $1 million for her when they were just offering $250. Okay, all right. So Jerry Jones is in Landman. Now, I haven't gotten to that episode, but I saw his cameo appearance where he's playing, get this, Jerry Jones. But the billionaire guy, I guess he's gotten sick and had a heart attack, because I think the episode we were watching, he was kind of like finding out that he just got to pay $1 million to each of the victims and stuff, and he's kind of holding himself. So I'm assuming that's the episode that Jerry Jones is in, which means then we're caught up. But Jerry Jones is in there, and he's basically telling the guy, well, listen, you know, I bought the Cowboys, and he said this yesterday too, and I don't know if he did this to try and put it in with the whole show to get the excitement stuff on there. But he said that he bought, you know, he said, oh, no. He said, when you're laying here in bed, you know, you could be surrounded by, you know, you could be laying here in bed and things, you know, ready to meet your maker. And you're surrounded by all the people that you work and things like that. And then, of course, your family's there. Yeah, your family's there because, well, you know, they got to be there to say their goodbyes. But I realized I could have my family there every day, because we could create the business with the family. And that way I could spend every day with my family. And so now it all makes sense. I didn't buy the Dallas Cowboys as an investment to make me more money. I bought it so I could work with my family, which explains the mom and pop shop, because he said last night again, I'll never stop being GM, because if he stops being GM, then he's not working with Stephen Jones and his daughters, or one daughter, the one he doesn't really claim. I think he just paid her off. Gina is back again. Gina's back. So tell a friend, Gina's back. Da-da-da. And Ryan's over there. What's up, Marky Mark? Just sitting here trying some high energy content for everybody. Okay, so now we understand that it doesn't matter if we win or lose. And maybe he likes to have the conflicts for the problem solving because he's trying to teach his kids. That he's creating this drama in these situations to try and educate his kids so that way when he's gone that they're able to handle it. So that's where he's talking about stirring the shit up. It's kind of like you've been doing this giant puzzle, okay? We've been trying to figure out the universe, or we're trying to figure out who built the pyramids or some shit, or we're trying to, the Toltecs, the Mayans, or something crazy like that. It's the mind of Jerry Jones. This whole thing is solely about Jerry Jones and his family. And we're all just players in this whole situation. That's what it is. That's what it is. Woosah. Woosah. All right. So I'm sitting here because I wanted to hear what Micah Parsons had to say. Okay? Now, there is no set time for the edge. Okay? Sometimes it's at 5, sometimes it's at 7. Sometimes it's at 4. Today it was like 3:30. And I'm like, the fuck are you doing? Because I happened to sit down here. I'd gotten back from shoveling snow and everything else. And I was looking at my beautiful baby over there, and I was thinking, we're snowbound together. But then there's all kinds of news going on with the Cowboys. And I'm kind of like, damn. I could cover the Cowboys, or I could try and spend some time. And I said, baby, I tell you what, baby. I tell you what, baby. I said, give me until Micah finishes his thing. I said, because this is important. I want to catch him in the moment of the season's over and see what he has to say. He said, okay, no problem. And so I sat here because you're sitting there and seeing, your video's coming up soon. So I got to sit here because I want to catch it. Because here's what happens. Once it starts, you can't rewind it. It's not like, Jerry Jones' press conference. You can pause it, and then you can say, do an intro. Hey, it's Mark Holmes here, and we're going to go to Jerry Jones doing, his spiel and this, that, and the other, and then I can push play. The edge ain't like that. Micah comes on, they play music for about a minute, and boom, he gets right into it. And if you're not there when it starts, then you just miss it. And then you got to wait for Bleacher Report to go ahead and post clips of it. It's like, I don't want to see clips of it. So I sat here, and I waited. And I was doing the whole thing with, Jerry Jones on Landman. I shot that video, and I had the clip up there. And when I did the clip and uploaded it, it got copywritten. It's like, oh, fuck. So then I had to re-record it, but just using the sound. They didn't get it when I used just the sound. So that's another way for all you budding YouTubers to try and get away from it. Sometimes it works when I'm just down in the corner because, it's fair use. Okay, all right. So I'm sitting here, and finally we get the edge on. And now that I've got it changed up where I can go like this, where I have a TV, a monitor is right here. It's a little bit bigger than these right here, and I have a camera. See, I'm evolving. I put the camera up here so that way it can see me, laid back and relaxed. And if I open up the window, you can look outside, and it's a winter wonderland and everything else that's going on there. It's kind of like ESPN where they've got the East River outside of their studio. So I'm like, I'm stepping up. See? I'm giving you a little culture, a little view with the show. And I'm listening to Micah Parsons. And along comes, he goes on and said, "Oh, it just came across. Oh, what happened to my camera? Hold on. Did I lose contact with my camera? What the heck? There it goes. I lost contact with my camera. I'm like, what the hell? Okay, so I can boom. See, look, there's the camera. Look, right there. That's the camera. Okay, and so I'm sitting here and I'm watching that, and it came across. And Micah says, oh, just heard that Chicago Bears are asking permission to talk to Mike McCarthy. And I was like, the fuck? What? Ooh. So now, Al Harris is ready to be a head coach, but we'll screw it up and let him walk. Yeah. And that's the thing that's crazy. So I was like, oh, we got to deal with this. And so that became, now I got to go through and I got to get that put up here and start talking about the Chicago Bears, and we've got all these things. So I couldn't even get to Joy Taylor. and all that shit and skip. But then again, you know what? I don't. I mean, are we that smutty? Do we really need to hear the lurid details of these executives that are just using their power, you know, it's dirty. You know, it's just dirty. It kind of reminds me of, trying to think of his name. He was known as the Pick Magnet on NFL Network. I don't understand these things. I don't. Can one of you young people explain this to me? Tell me why it is, if it's true, that Diddy would have to drug women to get the peaches. But I'm trying to remember who it was. It was a New Orleans Saints cornerback. He worked for NFL Network. But him and his boys were literally drugging women for days and doing all kinds of stuff. And was it Darren Sharper? And I'm sitting there looking at it, and I'm like, no, don't take this the wrong way, but he was a good-looking man. I was like, damn, that's a good-looking man. And he had a Super Bowl ring. He had, you know, he literally had his segment on NFL Network, the Pick, and he'd give you that look, that gleam, ching, you know, the Pick Magnet. You're like, that's a cool-looking dude. And I'm sitting there thinking, if that guy has to drug women to get some peaches, what hope? What hope does the average guy have? I mean, you would think that women would see him and say, oh, you're famous. You got a lot of money. Here's the panties. And I'm kind of like, what is wrong with people? What is wrong with people? Anyway. 1.5 and Skip Bayless. Maybe Skip Bayless has got, you know, people look at him and say, yeah, we like listening to your trash talking, but bro, I ain't touching that. Sorry. I mean, you know, because I think what that whole thing is, you know, that Joy was kind of going around and, you know, that they were, you know, and he was like, hey, what about me? Because, you know, it's all about Skip. It's all about Skip. And he's like, hey, I'll give you, because he wants to be part of the club. And when you now start seeing some of the clips and things out there, you can see that there was a whole lot of tension there. Okay. So, we get Micah Parsons, who's tweeting now, Tyreek Hill, and saying, you and me, bro, you and me together. Oh, you want the Stephen Jones? I'll get to Stephen Jones in a second. Together will be the fastest tandem in the NFL. And bro, no state income taxes. So he's going on the bandwagon. He's getting aggressive trying to recruit people. So right now, Jerry Jones is kind of being put on Front Street that he needs to do something. You had Brandon Aubrey who said, you know, I would love to have, after setting another record, you know, having more field goal kicks than anybody in the year because we can't get in the freaking end zone, not to mention the most 50-yard plus ones, has gone to bat for Bones Fossil and basically saying, yeah, I'm this good because of Bone Fossil. So we've got the players here saying, hey, these are the guys. You got Dak saying, you know, let Mike McCarthy, you know, cook some of the meal. Let him buy some of the groceries. Let him have more control. You got Micah Parsons, who was having dinner with Mike Zimmer. And what's crazy is, you'll remember last year, it seemed like there was going to be a beef between Mike Zimmer and was like, oh, shit. It was like literally, oh, shit, oh, shit. Because when Mike Zimmer was hired and a couple of weeks in, and we're asked, well, you know, how's things going with you and Mike Zimmer? We ain't talked. You know, we hardly, you know, we ain't talked. You know, he's got to understand, I like things my way. And we were like, oh, shit, oh, shit, oh, shit. And you were like, okay, he's already, you know, put down the gauntlet and this shit ain't going to work. But right now he's like, oh, this guy has got me doing great things too, like Dan Quinn. I'm now understanding the system that he wants to do, and we don't want to start it over. So now this is all being thrown in the laps of the Joneses, where the Joneses need to do something sooner than later. You got Micah, who also said on the edge, we're going to hold up the trophy next year. And I was like, oh, shit, oh, shit.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
Like you didn't put the target on your back now. Zeke signs to the Chargers. Congratulations. Well, Game Time Brian he's not a fan of me. Game Time Brian is always calling me Cat Boy, and see when your hairline starts going back like mine does, you stay away from the caps. Because when you put the cap on, it starts to rub on your forehead, and when it does, it starts pulling out more and more hair. See that guy Mark Holmes? You look at him; he doesn't have the Stephen A. Smith, receding hairline because he doesn't wear a cap. And so, if you're really gonna say I'm a cap boy, I don't wear a cap. But people don't seem to understand that when you're working with the salary cap, that it's really, really difficult. We have to go through here, and we have to make sure we don't make mistakes. And see, my right-hand man, my man who used to be a trainer, that's right. He was a trainer. He had all kinds of skills there at Marketplace Grill. The servers out there, when they brought you your drink and things, they didn't spill that thing. They make sure that they were very, very polite. And see, we saw these things that he was doing, training the servers, because we would go to Marketplace Grill. And we were like, oh, my God, you guys, y'all are so good here, the way you do everything. You bring my drink. It's got just the right amount of ice in it, not too much where it costs me more money if you're the business there, but enough to keep it cool, but enough in there that you're not giving away too much of the soda. And I was like, whoever trained you, that's the kind of person I need for my company. And so we found out, and we hired him. And through the course of working here for the Dallas Cowboys with my dad and my brother and everything else, and my sister and her husband, who was an attorney, although they got a divorce there and it got pretty ugly, but he had to go and he no longer works for the organization. But we were able to bring him up to speed where he, learning from me, became the executive VP. And between him and me, well, we work on the salary cap. We make the contracts. And, when you're doing these things, see, I can, if we sat down, I can show you how difficult it is. We put out, we literally, we take off our shoes and our socks, and we that gives us 20 things we can count. See, I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then I have to kind of bend over there, and we got to be careful because sometimes Dirty Sanchez is around, and when Dirty's around, you never know what you're going to get when you bend over. But sometimes it's not so bad. But we can count on our toes. And when I get him in here, that's 40 toes between us. That's 20 toes and 20 fingers. And we sit here and we work on the numbers. And see, when you're working on these things, you got to understand that you're putting together 2 plus 2 and it comes out to 5. And we have to figure out, why doesn't it not come out? And it takes us some time to get these things done. We keep trying to rush these things, but when you rush things, you make mistakes. And we're not in the business of making mistakes. You just have to trust the process of what we're doing here. And, it's all about the Cowboys. And I'm just thankful that my dad, that he decided to buy the Dallas Cowboys and employ me, because literally I'd be unemployable if I was out there on the streets. I literally would not have a job because people look at me and they say, well, you're an idiot and you don't know anything. Your dad just paid for your chemical degree. And I say, well, you're right about that. But, I'm just thankful that we're here and that the fans, that they keep watching and doing the things they do. And we appreciate you guys. Mark will stream the, yes. I'll be doing the playoff games. You can best believe that. Jerry, he's doing great. I love Jerry. 4 fingers dirty, don't forget. So that's what we have. We've got all kinds of stuff. The Cowboys have signed Will Greer to a futures contract. And they've signed future contracts on guys that you've never heard of. So there's that going on. So because, player acquisition, it's a 365-day-a-year job. And, we work hard at making sure that we can bring in the right talent here that can wear that star on their helmet. Not just anybody can do that. And that's where we are. That's where we are, good people. I'm excited right now because the Cowboys have an opportunity. The Cowboys have an opportunity to get relevant. I might not be excited by the end of March. If it ends up being the same stupid stuff where we're just waiting, where we do nothing in free agency to help our team, where we're not even holding on to our own players. At the moment, I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic until proven otherwise. So, whoo! I have literally given you guys every bit of energy for this live stream. Whew. It is 15 degrees outside. I'm sitting next to a window that's a couple hundred years old. That cold air, it's cold around the thing. It radiates cold air, and I'm here sweating. But I am so thankful for all of you out there that have supported Jobu Sports for 11 years. And I got to give it to you. I've got to give you that energy, because without you, I'm not sitting here doing this. And I'm so thankful for everyone that's here. And with that being said, whew, I'm going to do my fireside chat. And I'm going to go back in that room with that beautiful lady that I have. I appreciate you guys, and keep the faith. It's day one of the off season. It's going to get crazy in here. Yeah, I see Zeke got signed by the Chargers. Congratulations to him. It's going to get crazy. And we'll be here for all the madness, God willing. And as always, make sure you hit the like button. And God willing, I'll see you tomorrow.
By the way, King Dick back here, and so before we start this video, I gotta get this mother humping thing out of the way. Mark Holmes is my daddy.